Family, what's the word? Y'all know what to do. Please help the channel grow. Point blank, period. If you're here, given even 5 seconds of your time, hit the thumbs up. Anyway, I want to talk about the situation with everything that's going on in rap. Every, well, yeah, rap. Everything that's going on with these grown men that are just dying to be noticed. They're itching to be looked at as tough. These are 38 and ups, 35 for sure. The West Coast, Big U, Whack 100. That whole thing, y'all, should be like a template for the rest of the people that are in the underworld. But it's not. We are about to watch Cam do the same thing these young dudes do. I would have never thought Cam would do anything like this on a live platform. Whether if it was live or not. Now in a song or something, okay. But not in this type of style. Now, since he's going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Dude had our city flooded. Flooded. How he said in that song, Cleveland, Youngstown, something, Cincinnati. That was the whole trickle down. But I think Columbus was like the nucleus of it. But I'm going to let him tell y'all. Let's get it.
You feeling all right? Like, what AZ do to you?
AZ?
Yeah.
AZ told.
Why you put his name in that like that?
He told. And I'm tired of him telling the
Okay,
same
what
story
made
for
you?
28
What
years.
made you talk about
You
that?
ain't sick of AZ story? AZ keep telling the same story every joint. You know what's crazy about that? I have somebody, we have a special guest on the show. Maybe I can ask him about it because I couldn't find it on the internet. But the person that's on the show, we'll ask him in a minute. But speaking of AZ one time, the only reason I gave him some bars is because one time he did an interview, and I believe it was on our guest show, where he said something, he didn't like the way Paid in Full the movie came out. And he said some shit like, yeah, Cam and them is rappers and all this shit, and Dame this and Dame that, and Cam don't know, he just a rapper, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, AZ, you tried to rap. And
oh yeah,
that shit ain't work out for
it
you.
didn't work out.
So now, because I get out the streets and I rap and my career is successful, and then Paid in Full ain't come out because all I did was audition for the part.
So AZ is the dude that was in Paid in Full, not the rapper AZ. This is the AZ, the one from Paid in Full. He said some stuff, they're just rappers and this and that, and bro got offended. Now he's telling numbers, quantities, places. I hope he knows about statute of limitation and stuff like that. I'm not sure what it is on this type scenario, but as of lately, it doesn't take much for it, Rico. Let's be real.
I can't argue with Miramax, the film company, and all that shit. What you want me to do? But he tried to throw me under the bus like, Cam don't know he a rapper, da 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 da. And I'm like, you tried to rap too, bro. Your shit just ain't go nowhere. Secondly, he be telling all these Harlem stories, and they all in a radius of 4 or 5 blocks. I had towns. Secondly, he be telling all these Harlem stories, and they all in a radius of 4 or 5 blocks. I had towns, and they all in a radius of 4 or 5 blocks. I had towns. You ever hear me rap about Chicago and be like, yo, Cam's lying? Those Chicago niggas would have been called me out. Them West Side niggas would have been called me out. Ask Switzer, ask Crucial Conflict. Ask them who had K-Town jumping. You ever hear Ohio call me out? Cam wasn't in Columbus. Cam wasn't in Cincinnati. They never called me out because I was there. And when these be telling these stories, acting like they all Harlem, this, that, and third, I ain't knocking they shit. But don't throw me trying to say Cam's a rapper. You tried to rap, it didn't work out. Secondly, you be sitting there telling these stories like you made a mad money, and I said you did, but I don't think you made more money in the street than me. You know how much me and Zeke was getting? I don't even want to discuss it. I know the statute of limitations is up, but I'm scared to even tell you what we was doing, man. Do a background check on me. So, no, hold on. You asked. I know you like your legends and all that. I know you like your legends, your Harlem legends, and I heard niggas feeling. Who had a better run in Harlem than me, bro? Ever. I'm just saying. Tell me. Who had a better run? I'll say it.
I'll wait.
Wait, you said you made more money in the street than AZ? That's what you said?
Yes. What?
You hold on now. He was getting joints. He was getting bricks for a certain amount of price that's unheard of to sell them for another price. And he had the jukebox. And he had 130. What's that? 133rd. Come on, bro. It's just flowing.
You know how much a gram of in Columbus, Ohio?
You try to.
Yes or no? $350. You know how much a gram of is if you getting bricks? $50 to $55. So you do your math. Do the math again. Yeah, do it again.
So you was buying, hold on. So you was buying 750s and all that when you was bored. When you wanted to match your clothes, you was buying He wasn't Rayful Evans or nothing, but you was buying 750s and all that.
The diplomat movement got started from Ohio.
Well, we ain't get to that yet. Why you spoiling? That's a spoiler.
Stop puffing up. Stop puffing up, son.
But go ahead. What's the question? I don't know the question. What's the question? Go ahead.
No, I was just trying to hold on, bro. He was getting joints, 50 joints, 100 joints.
That's it?
Hell.
All right, so let's talk up here then.
I see. I think if I know somebody try to follow my footsteps, I ain't even gonna say nothing. Somebody wanted to follow my footsteps. I ain't gonna say who. Somebody tried to run down there to one of the towns.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of overalls and empty land.
Cow tipping.
Listen, man, I'm just saying, bro. Regardless of okay, cool, whatever. All the niggas I named on that song, and you ain't even hear the second verse. I'm asking you, who? Okay, let's. I know you like AZ and all that. He told. I got shot up too.
No.
I got shot up too, and I ain't telling nobody. Yeah, you listen to AZ and he.
Look, y'all heard it for yourselves. What do y'all think? Cam is probably 48. And I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, dude, when are we going to show more polish than to just keep incriminating ourselves? And I'm sure he probably doesn't know anything about the statute of limitation. I'm going to be all the way 100. I'm out. Peace.